Welcome friends and Happy New Year! I'm Miss Management and today I'm sharing my list of Tycoon simulation and management games that I'm looking forward to in 2026. As always, there are a ton of new titles on the horizon, but I've curated this list to focus on those that look the most interesting and promising to me personally. I'll also be putting out another video shortly focused on city builders and colony sims coming in 2026, so this list focuses more on business management and shopkeeping rather than managing a city or colony. In other words, Metropolis 1998 isn't on this list, but it will be covered in the next video with some more city building, strategy, and colony management games. I've also previously covered some games that have had their release dates pushed back to 2026, so I'll list those at the end as well. Let's get started with Nivalis, a first-person life sim and business management game set in the cyberpunk city of Nivalis. You'll start with a humble venue like a small bar or noodle stand in the open world city, and work your way up to owning entire restaurants and nightclubs. It's your choice what to do with your time: explore the bustling and sometimes dangerous city to source ingredients, or grow your own to prepare food and drinks for your customers and expand your business empire. As you build wealth, you can decorate your home and your venue, as well as purchase new real estate in the city. You'll meet diverse characters and build relationships, uncovering different storylines and the people who make up the world. There's a day-night cycle and dynamic weather, and the whole city feels really alive around you with different gangs, corpos, and hidden stories. I love that it seems like there'll be a lot of freedom and different things to do. The atmosphere just looks incredible, and the voice-acted characters roaming around really add to the environment. Second is eShop Tycoon, in which you'll manage an e-commerce store, selling items to customers online and shipping packages. Start with a basic website in a tiny garage warehouse and work to grow into the biggest online retailer possible. Starting out, you'll stock your inventory by purchasing product packs or taking contracts from suppliers to sell their products on your site. And this is where you'll have to manage your warehouse space so that you don't run out of hot items and can sell everything in time. You can market particular product categories through a range of channels to increase sales, which is helpful for fulfilling supplier contracts. Although too much marketing could also leave you inundated with orders, which could slow down your shipping, leading to grumpy customers. You'll stay on top of different seasonal trends like summer clothes and winter clothes or the start of school, and pay attention to customer satisfaction, choosing when to give or refuse refunds, which can affect your rating. You'll oversee order fulfillment as your warehouse workers pack boxes, and as you grow you can open new distribution centres in different regions, hire different employees from service reps to handle reviews and complaints, and more warehouse workers to speed up packing. There's also software and website management, including maintaining servers and security, so that more users can sign up to your site and you can continue to grow into a mega e-commerce tycoon. Over time, you can also acquire smaller competitors, add new product categories, and take on higher level contracts. The demo was pretty short, but I did enjoy it, and I'm keen to see the level of management and complexity in the full version. Next is Animal Bakery, which is a bakery management game set within a train station, but also with a crime drama twist. You are an undercover officer who's gotten a job at this particular bakery to investigate the owner, who's a retired crime boss. On the bakery management side, you'll hire and train adorable animal staff, research new recipes, keep the store stocked with fresh breads and cakes, and decorate to attract more customers. You can also expand the bakery space, run advertisements to bring in new business, all while managing finances to ensure you're turning a profit. Special customers with unique requests will sometimes stop by, and if you win them over with the right recipe or decor, you can earn more rewards. There's also a research tree with different unlocks as well as you level up your store. The second element to gameplay starts when the shop closes. You can chat to your gangster boss, step outside and explore the train station area, visit other shops, and do side quests. Importantly though, you'll also interact with the crime element, uncovering secrets to progress your investigations. I like that the storyline is different from the usual, oh, your aunt left you a bakery shtick, and there's a lot of humour and different things to do throughout the game. Fourth is Pao Pao, which is a 1 to 4 player co-op restaurant sim and open world game where you play as cute animals running a bustling restaurant. The food preparation and cooking mechanics are really similar to Overcooked, but there's also a whole outside world to explore, resource gathering, and more management elements, like choosing how to lay out your kitchen. When your restaurant's open, you'll be frantically cooking and assembling orders and trying to serve everyone before they get cranky and leave. I only played the single player version, but it definitely seems like a game more suited to playing with friends for maximum enjoyment. The game has a day-night cycle, and when you're not running the restaurant, you can wander the streets, play minigames, take on quests, and meet the local NPCs who might give you special tasks or deals on ingredients. As you serve customers and earn money, expand your restaurant with new areas like a greenhouse to grow your own produce and aquariums to farm fish, building your once modest kitchen into a gourmet food empire. The world is adorable and feels really polished, and I actually think this one would be a good fit for console players as well, especially because of the controls. Number 5 is Food Truck Empire. In Food Truck Empire, you'll start managing just a single food truck and work your way up into an entire tycoon with multiple trucks and cuisines around the city. You'll design the interior workflow of your truck, laying out equipment, prep stations, and ingredients to maximize space and minimize preparation time. For example, when you're making burgers, you might position ingredients near their appropriate prep stations so that orders can come together quickly. Once you've mastered one truck and made it profitable, you can then buy new ones, each of which can specialize in different cuisines, like burgers, sushi, and pizza. To scale up operations, you'll invest in different research, unlocking useful items to further optimize the processes of your food preparation. On the city map, you'll order your trucks to drive to different locations, each with unique demographics and demands. For example, your average customer might not be too picky, but factory workers might prefer something meatier, or office workers might like something more refined. Your trucks will need to return to headquarters to restock ingredients, so you can also be really strategic about scheduling your day and which locations you visit at which times. I really like the management tools inside the truck, and I'm keen to see the other recipe creations in the full version. Next is Cinema Theatre Tycoon. You'll manage a movie theatre throughout 100 years, starting in 1906 and adapting to different eras and trends over time. The core gameplay includes designing your theatre and cinema rooms, scheduling films, purchasing reels, setting pricing, and upgrading the technical side of your theatre as the industry changes. From silent films to modern blockbusters, each era is represented through the movies that are available, the technologies, and the trends. You can host movie premieres, masterclasses, and film clubs to attract movie stars and film buffs, and screening cult classics, world premieres, and hosting special events will really be what brings your cinema to life across the decades. I'm such a sucker for pixel art like this, and it seems like there's a lot of thought gone into showing the evolution of film and cinema through the gameplay. Number 7 is Above the Snow, a story-driven management game that puts you in charge of an alpine mountain lodge during the winter of the century in the 1960s. It's part resort builder and part survival management as you oversee a crew of friends running a remote mountain shelter high in the snowy peaks. Each crew member has their own personality and storyline, and your goal is to turn the lodge into the best alpine resort possible. This is easier said than done though, as you battle tough weather conditions including blizzards and ensure that your trails and facilities are safe for guests. You'll manage the lodge operations, providing rooms for climbers, cooking meals, and building extra amenities like saunas or other cabins and shops, expanding capacity so that more guests can visit. It's not just about keeping your guests happy and entertained though, you'll also need to keep them alive. It's your job to map and maintain the mountain trails that your adventurers use, place camping spots, and mark safe paths around avalanche-prone areas. When the weather gets rough or somebody goes missing, you'll coordinate rescue missions using 1960s technology like old snowmobiles or maybe a helicopter, depending on what you have access to. Personally, I don't always enjoy lengthy character dialogue, so I'm keen to see how much management control and flexibility there is. From the gameplay footage, it looks pretty in-depth, and seems like it'll have some educational aspects as well. Next is Tailside, Cozy Cafe Sim, which is set in a charming little animal-inhabited town. There's no real time pressure, as the gameplay focuses more on creativity and community building. Decorate your cafe to make it inviting and cozy, expand your menu as you learn new recipes, and get creative with latte art. Through the daily newspaper, you'll follow along the town's stories and gossip, which can give you information on some of your customers. For example, you might learn about someone who's lost something or is feeling down, which you can follow up with by chatting with them in the cafe and helping out. Over time, you'll end up developing closer friendships with your customers, learning their likes and preferences, which can help you build reputation by gifting them their favourite treats. As you progress through the days and certain storylines, you'll unlock new furniture, decor, ingredients, recipes, and skills. With its more relaxed pace and no looming debt to pay off, I think this will be a really creative and casual management game. Next is Bots and Mods, a robot repair shop simulator in a cyberpunk setting. You run a workshop called Bots and Mods in the gritty city of Dinopolis, offering services to fix, upgrade, and customize all sorts of robots and androids for clients, ranging from everyday folk to shady corporations and street gangs. Day to day, customers will bring you their broken robots. It could be a delivery drone that's malfunctioning, or a robot companion that needs a memory chip upgrade. You'll diagnose issues and either craft or order components to replace the bad parts. You can gather resources by mining and scavenging in the city's underbelly, as well as collecting data in the virtual environment. On top of the workshop management, there's also the city to explore and stories to uncover as you meet citizens, gangs, and corporate types. As you satisfy your clients, you'll gain reputation, tech unlocks, and can expand your workshop, installing new stations and hiring assistants. I really love the art, and it seems like it will offer a good mix of management, technical puzzle solving, and narrative choices. Number 10 is Macaronpolis, an automation-focused game running a macaron empire. You'll need to build up a factory-like production line to make different macaron recipes for your customers. So you'll design your automated system in a limited space, placing conveyor belts, ovens, mixing stations, and packing machines, all arranged efficiently to produce dozens of macaron varieties. There are over 160 different recipes to make, with all the different flavours and fillings, so part of the challenge is also to set up a flexible enough production line that you can handle this variety without slowing down. On the business management side, you'll be predicting customer demands, adjusting your output and prices to ride market trends, slowly expanding your operations. You can invest your profits to upgrade and enhance your production lines, create new themed storefronts around town, and upgrade your equipment to churn out products faster and in greater quantities. So it seems a little bit like a Factorio game with the added human elements of customers and shopkeeping. Number 11 is Collector's Edition, a simulation game about buying and selling different collectibles. You'll scour through garage sales, flea markets, auctions, and online classifieds for hidden gems. As you travel to the different sales, you can enter in inspection mode so that you can really carefully examine the object for condition, authenticity, and any flaws or markings. After inspecting the pieces, you can negotiate with the seller for the best possible deal, although these different sellers have different personalities and quirks, and you don't want to offend them and lose the deal. Once you've acquired items, it's your choice whether to keep them in your own collection or sell them on to others. For items that you want to sell, you can take pictures of them, write enticing web descriptions, list them on online marketplaces, or prepare them for an auction. The selling process is strategic too, as you set starting bids, respond to the questions of potential buyers, and pick the right time to end an auction that'll really maximize bids. As you make more money, you can upgrade your inspection tools and general operations. The inspection and grading gameplay looks really great, and I think anyone into collecting games or pawnshop management games would potentially enjoy this one. 12 is Dragon's Brew, in which you'll manage a board game cafe set in the cute pixel town of Pebblebrook. You'll serve food and drinks to customers in store, manage takeaway orders and deliveries while the cafe is open, and can explore the town when the cafe is closed. Grow and harvest crops from your own garden or purchase everyday and rare ingredients from the local market, including special items sourced from beyond the city to craft unique recipes. There's over 100 different board games that you can offer to your customers in the cafe, and these synergize with different menu items. As you expand and gain access to rarer ingredients and recipes, you can create seasonal offerings and signature dishes that complement the board games you offer, optimizing the cafe to run the best it can. There's a lot of customization and decoration options to create different looking cafes, including themed layouts, and again, it has this pixel art style that I really love. 13 is Perfume Atelier, which is a creative crafting and shop management game where you'll run a perfumery. The core of the gameplay is perfume creation. You'll mix and match various essential oils and aromatic ingredients like jasmine, sandalwood, and citrus to formulate unique scents. The mixing process seems fun as you balance different fragrance notes to create quality blends, as well as designing your bottle by choosing the shape, colour, cap style, and label. Different customers will have different needs, so one might ask for a floral perfume for his wife's birthday, and another might want something more sporty and fresh. You can either guide your customers to an existing fragrance you've made, or take on a commission to craft a new one tailored just to their wishes. Managing the shop involves a bit of decorating, making sure you have stock, and keeping an inventory of ingredients, and gradually expanding your offerings. As your reputation grows, you'll unlock access to rarer ingredients and new high-end customers or boutique partnerships. With the relaxing pace and lovely art style, it seems like a nice creative way to play around with different ingredients and bottle designs while still getting to work towards growth and profit. Number 14 is ReStory, Chill Electronics Repairs. It's an electronic repair shop simulator set in mid-2000s Tokyo, with puzzle and story elements. You'll take customers' broken items, diagnose issues, disassemble, clean, and reassemble a range of products, replacing parts where needed to get them working again. Because it's set in the mid-2000s, the items you repair are reminiscent of the Y2K era, with official Atari products, as well as nostalgic phones, music players, and gaming consoles. The main focus is repairing items for your clients, but the game also gives you freedom to play around with the devices you're working on, which could lead to you finding out information about your customers. There's a branching storyline with multiple endings based on your choices, and it kind of reminds me of the game Repair This, which I've covered previously. 15 is Rift Tavern. Rift Tavern is a crafting and cooking tavern management game that focuses on collecting items and ingredients rather than purchasing them. Your uncle has disappeared, leaving behind his tavern, which you're now running, but you find something strange in a box there, a portal. By going through the portal, you'll travel to different procedurally generated dimensions, each with different environments, resources, and creatures. Bringing back otherworldly ingredients and items will enable you to build up your tavern, create new recipes, equipment, and furniture, as well as search for information on your uncle's whereabouts. When your tavern's open, you'll need to serve customers, take care of rowdy ones, and keep the place clean. It seems like there's a lot to do in your tavern, in town, and through the portal, and the art style looks great as well. I think this one will be a great choice if you like combat and gathering as well as management games. Next on the list is MeowCraft, in which you manage a fantasy blacksmith shop, crafting a range of weapons and armour for adventurers from far and wide. Design your store layout with your blacksmithing equipment, as well as shelves for customers to browse items. You'll start with minimal resources and just yourself to craft items, add them to your shelves, and serve customers who are keen to purchase. As you grow and complete tasks and quests, you'll unlock new resources around the town, new item recipes, and you can hire staff as well to create more items more efficiently. Depending on skill levels of your blacksmiths, items can come out different qualities, and higher quality items increase the price that customers are willing to pay. You'll make skill progression on different recipes, complete fulfillment requests, and expand your knowledge and customer base to grow. Next is Vending Machine Co, a vending machine business management game set in a Japanese-inspired city. You'll choose areas of the city to rent or purchase vending machines, which you can stock with different items to turn a daily profit. Each part of town has different trending items, so part of the gameplay loop is checking which items are currently hot, purchasing them in bulk from the store, and stocking your machines in different places. You can upgrade your vending machines to add things like cooling, which is great for those that sell drinks and other cool items. You can add more storage space and different payment options as well. There's some cute mini games to complete some tasks, like when you're installing new machines and upgrading them, as well as collecting your cash from the machines before you can accept card payments. While it's not overly in-depth, I really enjoyed the gameplay loop and the freedom to be strategic and creative. Next is Under Par, Golf Architect and Sim Manager. In Under Par, you will design and manage a golf resort, building amenities for your guests and also designing the golf courses for them to play on. In your resort areas, you'll ensure that you have entertaining bars and restaurants, as well as recreational activities like pools and tennis courts. You'll hire staff with the right skills to keep everything running smoothly and provide a premium experience to keep membership numbers high. You'll build the actual golf courses by terraforming land and adding greenery, landmarks, and obstacles. By entering first-person mode, you can test out the pars of each of your holes as well to ensure that your course is enjoyable but still challenging for your guests. There's different biomes and customization options to create really unique resorts, and although I have minimal knowledge about golf, I really like the element of needing to design both fun and functional courses for your guests. Number 19 is The Last Gas Station, which has you manage a lonely gas station in a world that's mostly moved on from fossil fuels. Electric cars dominate and almost nobody uses gasoline vehicles anymore, but despite the shrinking customer base, your only option is to try and keep the business afloat while you uncover secrets behind the strange location you're in. Call tankers to refill your underground tanks and manage utilities, including generator problems and water supply issues. The main gameplay includes setting fuel prices to suit the market, selling snacks and drinks, fixing down broken equipment, and gradually upgrading your facilities. As you interact with your trickle of customers, you'll pick up some clues about strange happenings. You might also find some cryptic notes left by the previous owner, and notice some peculiar things happening at night. Investigate the surrounding area by wandering into the woods or desert around to find artifacts, solve puzzles, and piece together the story. It seems like a really thoughtful and fun combination of business management and narrative puzzle solving. And finally, at number 20, we have Prescribe and Pray, which is a doctor desk simulation game that requires you to balance diagnosing patients correctly and prescribing appropriate medications, while also making a profit. Although tending to as many patients as accurately as possible may not actually lead to you making money, so you'll need to make decisions on whether to treat patients whose insurance details don't line up, or perhaps prescribe something to perfectly healthy patients who have really good insurance that you can profit off of. You'll check patients' records, diagnose illnesses that are often bizarre, with a range of tools and equipment, and write prescription while making minimal mistakes. If you mess up a diagnosis or give the wrong prescription, you'll need to try and manage the consequences, but there are some creative ways to get this done. It has a real dark comedy vibe, and the moral decision making while balancing profit seems challenging and intriguing, similar to Papers, Please, which I really enjoy. And so that is my list of simulation, management, and tycoon games that I'm looking forward to in 2026. As mentioned earlier, there are also some games I've covered in previous videos that have had their release dates pushed back to 2026, and I'm still looking forward to them as well. These are Copa City, Stock the Shelves, Aquapark Tycoon, and Adaptory. There are also some titles that I'm presuming will come out in 2026, but I'm not 100% sure, so I've left those ones off. There's talk of a Planet Zoo 2, and of course we have things like Paralyze and Metropolis 1998 to look forward to as well. As I mentioned at the start, I'm planning on releasing another video more about city builders and colony management, so consider subscribing if you're keen for that. If you think there's any games that I've missed or maybe haven't seen, please let me know in the comments. Also, just wanted to say a massive thank you to everyone who supported my channel. If you're here watching, if you've made it this far, I absolutely adore and appreciate all of you, and I'll chat to you in the next video. This is Miss Management out.